A very good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are taking a good care of yourself. So, children, let us start today's mathematics class. This is class 10th, subject mathematics. Children, today I am going to introduce a new chapter, that is chapter number 11, constructions. So, this is lecture number 1 and content is covered from NCERT textbook. So children, the topics which I am going to cover today, they are: number 1, I will make you understand how to divide a given line segment internally in the given ratio. And after that, I will make you understand how to construct the tangents to a circle. So children, let us start today's class. So to make you understand the very first topic, that is division of a line segment internally in the given ratio. For that, I am going to take the very first question from exercise 11.1. So let us start. What is the question statement? Please listen the statement carefully. Draw a line segment of length 7.6 centimeter and divide it in the given ratio, that is 5:8. Measure the two parts also. So children, while understanding the question, you may have understood that what is the demand of the question. First of all, we are just going to draw a line segment AB of 7.6 centimeter. So children, this I have drawn using scale. You can see that this is a line segment AB of measurement 7.6 centimeter. Correct? Now children, what would be the next step? We are just going to draw a ray AX while making an acute angle BAX with the line segment AB. Okay. So I am just going to use the compass. What we are supposed to do? I am just going to draw an acute angle. So for that, first of all, an arc is drawn. You can see here. So here I have just drawn one arc. Okay. As I have told you that I am just going to draw one acute angle. So children, I am going to draw the angle of 60 degree. So let us draw a ray AX. Fine. Here you can give the name also. X. This is ray AX. So what I have done, I have just drawn a ray, fine, while forming an acute angle, that is BAX, and it is of 60 degree. Now children, as you know that we are just going to divide the given line segment in the ratio. What is the ratio given? Given ratio is 5:8. So you are just going to calculate sum of ratio for this. What would be sum of ratio? That is 5 plus 8 must be equal to 13. So children, what we are supposed to do? We are just going to mark total 13 arcs on this ray AX. This would be our next step of construction. Make sure all the arcs must be equal in length. Means how? See, for example, I have just opened the compass now. Okay. I am just going to draw 13 total arcs. This is arc number 1. While placing it on arc number 2, means the gap between two arcs must be same. This is arc number 3, arc 4, arc number 5, arc number 6. So children, these are total 13 arcs. Let us count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So let us give them the name as, this is A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7, A8, A9, A10, A11, A12, and of course the last arc will be A13. What did I say? That while opening the compass, okay, of any suitable radius, you are just going to draw the equal arcs. How equal? Means the gap between the arcs must be same. Like A1 must be equal to A1 A2. A1 A2 must be equal to A2 A3. That must be equal to A3 A4 and so on. Understood? Now children, what would be the next step? You are just going to join the last arc with the second point of the line segment, that is point B. I am just going to join them. Here you can see that A13 is joined with point B. Now children, listen, what would be the next step? From A5, draw A5O which is parallel to A13B. Okay, by making an angle at A5 that must be equal to A13B. Fine. So what I am going to draw? First of all, I am going to draw an arc on point A13 of any suitable radius. Now children, you can see that I am just going to draw an arc at point A13. Fine. Then using the same compass, I am just going to draw the arc at point A5 as well. Why did I choose A5? That you know. Why? Because I am going to okay, I am just going to draw this arc. You can see children. Fine. With the same radius. Now, whatever angle is formed at A13B, just measure that angle. You can see. I am just going to measure this smaller angle from here to here. Okay. After measuring it, while keeping it on one part of the arc, I am just going to draw one arc. Okay. Placed here and one arc is drawn. This angle which I am going to draw now, draw the line from here to here. Okay, you can give the name over here, let it be point O. So angle OA5A must be equal to BA13A. This is BA13A. Clear children? So angle A5O must be equal to A13B. So here you have observed that A5O is parallel to A13B. Now you may be having a question in your mind that why they both are parallel. Because children, they both are corresponding angles. As corresponding angles are equal, then we can say that the lines are parallel. These both are parallel lines. And here AX ray is acting like a transversal. Okay, A5O is equal to A13B. So the corresponding angles are equal. It means the lines are parallel. Now children, as we have been asked to divide this line segment in the ratio 5:8. So let us check. From A to A5 if I reach, so there are total 5. And A5 to A13 if I reach, then there are total 8 steps. Okay, so here you can see that point O is the point which is going to divide the line segment AB in the ratio 5:8. So can I write that AO ratio OB must be equal to 5:8. So this is AO ratio OB is equal to 5:8. Let us go for its justification. Justification of the same construction. What we are going to do children, here you can see that while making the corresponding angles equal, I can say that A5O is parallel to A13B. So the very first step I am going to write that A5O is parallel to A13B. In which triangle? You can specify triangle in triangle A13B. Okay. As this line is parallel to this in the bigger triangle, so by basic proportionality theorem, I can say that AO upon OB must be equal to AA5 upon A5 A13. Correct? So by BPT, we can say that AO upon OB is equal to AA5 upon AA5, that is A5 A13. Correct? And children, by construction we know that AA5 upon A5 A13 is 5/8. So can I write it equal to 5/8? So what does it imply? So we can say that AO upon OB is equal to 5 by 8. It implies to AO ratio OB must be equal to 5 ratio 8. Now children, we have been asked that when this complete line segment is divided into two parts in the ratio 5 ratio 8, then we have been asked to come to know about their measurement as well. So when I measured this AO using scale, I have observed that this is equal to 2.9. Okay, and when I observed this line segment OB, I have observed that this is equal to 4.7 centimeter. Now children, I am going to switch to the next topic, that is construction of tangents to a circle. Construction of tangents to a circle. So children, as I have already told you that tangent to a circle is a line which touches the circle exactly at one point, and that point is known as point of contact. And we know that radius is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact as well, right? From an external point to a circle, two tangents can be drawn. Okay, and here you can see that point Q as well as point R, they both are known as the point of contact, and radius is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. Understood? And suppose this is a circle and you have been asked to draw a tangent from the internal point. Suppose this point is internal point, let it be point P. Draw a tangent to the circle. So no tangent can be drawn when the point lie interior of the circle. Or for case number 3, when the point lie on the circumference of the circle, then one tangent can be drawn. Here you can draw one tangent. Okay, this is center point, and you know that radius is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. Here A is the point of contact. Now children, for construction of tangent to a circle, I am going to take the questions from exercise 11.2. What is the statement of question number 1? Please listen the statement carefully. Draw a circle of radius 6 cm from a point 10 cm away from its center. Construct the pair of tangents to the circle and measure their length. Children, as you know that whenever from an external point two tangents are drawn to the circle, that you know the length of the tangents are always equal. So here we can say that PQ is equal to PR. So while listening the statement, you may have understood that first of all we are just going to draw a circle of radius 6 cm. So this I am going to observe and measuring and opening the compass of radius equal to 6 cm. So children, here you can see that I have drawn a circle of radius 6 cm. Here I have drawn radius 6 cm. Now we have been asked in the question that from a point 10 cm away from its center. Here this is 6 cm distance. So let us take 4 cm more on either of the sides. Here you can see that I have taken 4 cm extra. Okay. So this complete distance must be equal to 10 cm. So let this point be P, and I am going to join this point P with the center point. Now children, you can see that this is rest part 4 cm and the complete is 10 cm. Children, always remember, whenever you have been asked to draw two tangents from an external point, then that external point must be joined with the center point. After that, we are just going to draw the bisector of this line OP. You know how to draw the bisector of the line OP? Definitely you are supposed to take more than half of the length of OP. You are supposed to open the compass more than half of the length OP, and then you are just going to draw the arc on the upper part as well as on the lower part of the line segment to divide it in two equal parts. So children, here you can see that I have taken more than half of the length OP, and I am just going to draw two arcs from point O as well as from point P, which would cut the previous two arcs. Okay. Now I'm just going to draw the bisector of this line segment like this. Fine. Let this bisector cut this line OP at point M. So let this be point M. Now children, what would be the next step? While measuring this length, that is OM, or taking M as a center, and while measuring the length equal to OM, or even you can take MP also, we are just going to draw one dotted circle over here. Fine. Which would cut the given circle at 2 points. So children, here you can see that I have just taken the radius equal to OM, and while taking M as center point, I am just going to draw one dotted circle. Here you can see that that circle is going to touch the center point as well as point P. Here you can see that this dotted circle is going to intersect the given circle at 2 points. So let them give the name as B as well as C. Now children, from this external point you are just going to draw two tangents, that would be PB as well as PC. See children, how I am going to draw the tangent from this point. You can see here B is the point of contact. In the same manner I am going to draw one tangent which would move from point C. Just observe it and understand. This is PC. Correct? So you had been given this bigger circle of radius 6 cm and a point P which is external of this circle, and it is total 10 cm away from the center point. I have drawn two tangent points. Sorry, two tangents. Now children, here you can see that point B as well as point C, they both are the point of contact for the tangent PB as well as PC. Now how to justify it? As I have explained you that radius is always perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. Now I am going to join O to B because OB will be radius and PB is tangent. So you can see children, from point O to point B, I am going to join. Okay. As children, now you can observe that this is nothing but the angle in a semicircle. That you know that it is of 90 degree, and it is proved that radius is also perpendicular to the tangent. So it means our tangent is appropriate. Okay. And it is going to satisfy the property also that radius is always perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. So how would you justify it? First of all, you will say that angle OBP is equal to 90 degree. Why? Because angle in a semicircle. You can see that it is drawn in a semicircle. Fine. So we know that if angle OBP is equal to 90 degree, where OB is radius and PB is tangent, so we can say that radius is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. It means it is sure that PB is the tangent to the circle. One more thing has been asked in the question, that after drawing two tangents we are just going to measure their length. So children, here you can see that PB as well as PC, they both are of 8 cm. Correct? So here you can write this is of 8 cm. This is also of 8 cm. As we know that the length of the tangents from the external point to the same circle are always equal. So let us do its justification. Here you can see that angle OBP is equal to 90 degree. Reason you know that this is an angle in a semicircle. Angle in semicircle. Okay. So what does it imply? It implies that OB is perpendicular to PB. OB is perpendicular to PB. What is OB here? Here OB is radius of the circle. If OB is the radius of the circle, so this is damn sure that PB has to be the tangent to the circle. Correct? So PB has to be the tangent to the circle. Children, in the same manner, while joining O to C, again OCP will be of 90 degree because angle in a semicircle, as OC is radius, so PC has to be the tangent. Okay, so this is the justification part of this diagram. Now children, let us switch to the next question, that is solution number 2. It is also based on the construction of drawing of the tangents to the circle. So listen the question carefully. Construct a tangent to the circle of radius 4 cm from a point on the concentric circle of radius 6 cm. Children, you know very well that concentric circles are those circles which are having the same center point. Measure its length and also verify it by the actual calculation as well. So first of all, I am going to draw two circles, one of radius 6 cm and another of radius 4 cm, while considering the same center point. Okay. Children, here you can observe that while opening the compass of radius equal to 6 cm, I am just going to draw one circle. Children, here you can observe that this is a bigger circle of radius equal to 6 cm. Now, this is the center point of this circle. Here you can give the name as O. Using the same center point, I am going to draw one more circle of radius 4 cm. Now, let us measure the length equal to 4 cm. Now, using the same center point, I am going to draw one more circle of radius 4 cm. So children, you can see that this is another circle drawn of radius equal to 4 cm. And this is the bigger circle of radius equal to 6 cm drawn. Clear? Here you can write that the radius is 6 cm and here 4 cm. Now what has been asked in the question, that construct a tangent to the circle of radius 4 cm, means we are supposed to draw the tangent for this smaller circle of radius 4 cm from a point on the concentric circle of radius 6 cm. So children, you can take any point, okay, but make sure that point must be joined with the center point. Again the same procedure. While joining that line, we are just going to go for the bisector of that line. Then we will be getting some point and we will be measuring the length of that point up to the center point to come to know about the new radius. And then using that point, which we are going to consider, let it be point M. While placing it, the compass at that very point, we are just going to draw one dotted circle. Okay. And that dotted circle is going to touch this internal circle at 2 points, and from those 2 points definitely we are going to draw two tangents. So here I am going to take one point. You can take point as P. Join this point P to the center point O. Children, you can call the internal circle as circle C1 and the outer one you can call as circle C2. Okay. So while taking a point P on the outer circle C2, I have just joined O to P. Now the same step which I have just explained you, that I am supposed to take more than half of the length OP so that I can just draw the bisector of this line segment. You can see that I have taken more than half of the length OP. So let us draw the arc on the upper part as well as on the lower part. While taking P as center point and then while keeping the compass at point O, I am just going to cut both of these two arcs. Now you can observe here that I have cut both the arcs. Correct? Let us join them so that we can draw the bisector of this line segment OP. Let this line segment, or you can say that this bisector, is going to intersect the line OP at point M. Now children, I told you, while taking M as the center point and measuring the length equal to either PM or equal to OM, you are just going to measure this length. You are supposed to draw one dotted circle. Just check whether both the lengths are equal or not. Yes, they both are equal. Here you can see O to M. Here you can see M to P. Correct? So let us draw one dotted circle. I told you that this circle must pass from the center point as well as from the point P. So you can observe that it is going to intersect point P. Okay, so this is dotted circle ready. Now children, you can observe that this dotted circle is going to intersect the internal circle C1 at 2 points. You can just give the name as M dash P dash. You can see here this is M dash and this is point P dash. Now we have been asked to draw the tangents from the point which is in the outer circle, that is C2. So from here I can just draw two tangents. Okay, you can see children, this would be PM dash and another will be PP dash. Correct? So this is the external point of this internal circle C1, and from here I have drawn two tangents, that is PM dash as well as PP dash. So here PM dash and PP dash are the required tangents. Children, where I am going to measure their length, PM dash as well as PP dash, I have observed that their length is equal to 4.47 centimeter. 4.47 centimeter. Here also this is equal to 4.47 centimeters. Okay, means you can call it as 4.5 centimeters. That is one and the same thing. Though the justification has not been asked in the question, but children, it would be in the same manner as I have told you, that we are just going to join this point of contact with the center point. Here children, you can see that PM dash O must be equal to 90 degree. Why? Because this is angle in a semicircle. Here OM dash is the radius, so PM dash has to be the tangent. Correct? In the same manner children, you can join O to P dash also. Correct? Then it must be of 90 degree, means PP dash O must be of 90 degree because it is also angle in a semicircle. As OP dash is the radius, so PP dash has to be the tangent. Okay. Now what else is asked in the question? We have been asked in the question that we are supposed to calculate the length PM dash by the actual calculation also. So as you know that, you can see that OM dash P is equal to 90 degree. Why? Angle in a semicircle. Children, here you can observe that OP is the radius of the bigger circle, that is C2. So this is equal to 6 centimeter, and this part OM dash, this is the radius of the smaller circle, that is C1, which is equal to 4 centimeter. Now while applying Pythagoras theorem, we can just calculate PM dash by the actual calculation as well. So write down, by Pythagoras theorem, we can write that OP square is equal to PM dash square plus OM dash square. Correct? What is the length of OP? That is 6 centimeter square. and this is PM dash is unknown to us, though we have done it while measuring it with the scale, but we are just going to calculate it using actual calculation also, and OM dash is 4 centimeter square. So it would become 36 centimeter square minus 16 centimeter square is equal to PM dash square. Correct? So it implies to PM dash is equal to root 20 centimeter. Correct? When I calculated root 20, I have got the result as 4.47 centimeters. Thus, length of the tangent is equal to PM dash is equal to PP dash is equal to 4.47 centimeters. That you can write as 4.5 as well. Correct? So children, that's it for the day. Now this is the time to get your mathematics homework. Get your mathematics homework and do it in your mathematics homework notebook. Children, your maths homework is do question number 3rd and 5th of exercise 11.2, that is also based on the construction of the tangents of the given circle, in homework notebook along with question number 1 of exercise 11.1 and question number 1 and 2 of exercise 11.2 in your mathematics homework notebook. So children, that's it for the day. Thank you and have a nice day.